Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Well, it's December 30th when I'm recording this, so 2 days left in the year. And then it'll be 2017, the holiday season will be over and everybody will be back to their normal day-to-day routine. And everybody will be strong on January 1st, wanting to make those resolutions and just, you know, uh, do better than they did last year. Now, what's going to determine your process is going to determine how successful you're going to be with that. So just ask yourself, this is a rhetorical question. Ask yourself right now, what do you want this year? What are your goals this year? What are you going to do different to get what you want this year than you did last year? Now, we're going to see this over the next few days, next couple of weeks, as we always do. And at the beginning of every year, the gurus, the gimmicks, the programs, and the fast solutions are going to come out of the woodwork. Everybody's going to have like a quick way to drop those 20 pounds. They're going to have some gimmicky diet where you eat only this for 30 days, or you do only that, or you blah, 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 blah. It all leaves me flat. I'm sorry. The gimmicks are not going to work. If you really search yourself, how many, most people, all of us have dabbled in different things. We've dabbled in the gimmicky diets. We've dabbled in gimmicky things in general. And just be honest with yourself, how often do they work? Because they don't work because they are gimmicks. They don't work the same reason diets don't work and never did work, because they're not something that you can sustain long term. I preach this point over and over and over as long as I'm doing this channel. It's not, you got to learn how to eat the raw, you've got to learn how to eat on the raw vegan lifestyle. And you know what? I don't ever get into the debates. If you want to do a juice feast, if you want to do a cleanse, if you want to do this, if you want to do that, do it. Fine. I'm not going to debate you on it. It's not going to kill you. It's not going to hurt you. It's not the end all be all that all you people think it is. But I am going to tell you something that I know without a doubt. Do them, don't do them for as long as you want to. Do a 30-day, do a 60-day of some sort of a gimmick. But eventually you are going to have to learn how to eat, because you cannot live long term on a gimmick. You can't live on one of these islands. Unless you're living in some pristine environment, you can't live mono-mealing all the time. You can't live feasting and fasting and all this all the time, no matter what. And nobody can argue that. We won't argue whether they're good or bad. All I'm saying is at some point, you've got to learn how to eat on this lifestyle. So I would say more than the gimmicky stuff in 2017, my best advice to you would be just start, take a step backwards if you've struggled a little bit on this, or if you're new to it, get off on the right foot and start learning the basics. Build your base, don't be so jumping from one thing to another, just wanting to get something really quick here. When you don't see the quick results here, you go here. Start doing the work. Somebody in a group yesterday was asking something about a book recommendation, and it just got the process going. It's like, that's where it all started for me. And like, I like My Evolution and I would recommend My Evolution. I started with basics. I started reading books like the China Study. I got around a little bit late, but now I'm reading 80-10-10. I would say read the China Study, read 80-10-10. Read How Not to Die. Read these books that have solid information on the lifestyle, and then start building from there. If you need to transition, do a proper transition. Learn about transitioning, but think long term. Think making this stuff last, and not jumping off to some great start and doing a grape fast for 30 days and telling everybody, woohoo, I've only eaten grapes for 30 days. Because I'm going to tell you why I don't. That's why I'm on what am I trying to say here? I see too many stories all the time. Okay, if all these feast and fast and whatever were so impressive, they would take care of things. I see every other day, and I'm not making this up. I've seen this at least 5 times this week. Somebody that talks about how they did some long extended feast or something that you would think would just, and if they're saying, oh, well, you need to do that to get yourself cleaned out first, But then they go totally haywire in the other direction. It doesn't work for them because it's too restrictive for them, and it freaked them out. Yeah, they could do it for 30 days, 60 days, whatever. But then it freaked them out, and they went totally to the other way and ended up with more weight than they had in the beginning, or feeling worse than they did in the beginning. In other words, they're worse than when they started. The people I've seen this have been successful in this lifestyle to the most part. And I can think of personal examples, like Lissa's Raw Food Romance. And I don't know, there may be some fanboys and fangirls out there that actually know a couple of little details I don't. But as far as I know from her story, she's been eating the whole time she's been on this. She hasn't played any gimmicks. She hasn't done a lot of feast and fast and cleanses and the. She just worked her way along. It's not been, it hasn't been anything drastic. It took her a while to lose the weight, drop some of the health issues she had, but she just worked her way through, and she learned how to eat. Eat. You hear me there? Eating. Tanny Raw, I know she had a lot of health issues to start with, and she actually got started back before there were so many people and so many resources on the internet for this lifestyle. But still, she eats. I know she has done some feast and fast, and she knows the healing properties of the body, and she knows where they're actually beneficial and where they're necessary. But another channel, she's not constantly doing these programs and gimmicks and this and that. She eats. She eats. You see what I'm getting back to? The people that are successful on this lifestyle are eating. They are doing a day to day. They're figuring out how to make this thing work for them day to day, because that's where you live. Okay, like I say, get it out of your way. If you want to do a 100-day juice feast tomorrow, boom, do a 100-day this type of cleanse, do a 100-day mono or an island, do a 100-day banana, mango island. But at the end of those 100 days, at some point, you got to learn how to eat. So I'm just going to wrap this up and say, learn the fundamentals of this lifestyle. Always be learning more. Always be tweaking what you're doing. Be very open-minded. Don't get all emotional, and have patience, and do have patience with it. And, just work your way through the process. Things in life, we've kind of gotten to be a society where we want everything to come easy and everything to come immediately. You probably, no matter, whether it's weight issues, health issues, or whatever, your body didn't get into the state it did in a very short period of time. It took a while to get there. So it takes a little while to clean the organism back up and get it back running efficiently how it's supposed to be. So anyhow, just learn to eat a whole food, plant-based lifestyle. Keep it clean, keep it relatively low fat. Eat organic when you can. Eat a wide variety. Stay hydrated, and that's the basics. That's the basics. No more gimmicks. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll hit that subscribe button. When you hit that subscribe button, click the little bell next to it and hit the notifications. And I hope you are having a wonderful week. Love you guys. Peace.